Welcome to Lifted, elevating the game. Assalamu alaikum, everyone, and welcome to episode 18 of the Lifted podcast, the New York Union Islanders Memorial Day tournament coming up in a few weeks now. We're going to part 2 of the interview series with someone I have worked with, has been a mentor to me, has been a huge part of my game, my career. But we'll get into that in a minute. In the interim, I hope you guys enjoyed the previous podcast where I broke down my top 8 and the potential matchups that we're going to see in the future. With that being said, we do have a bunch of new updates coming your way. Be on the lookout in the next week. Bodhi and I have had many conversations about what we're going to try to release, what we're going to try to tease. So just be on the lookout. And again, a lot more things coming. I hope you guys are already packed up, ready to go. Got your jerseys ready, got your tracksuits ready. We're excited to see everyone there. Now, on to the person that I'm here to interview today. Like I said, someone who has been a mentor to me, a legend in New York Union Islanders, a guy who has won a championship. And not only that, but the last championship that New York Union has had, and that is Fayyaz, Freddy, Dewji. Fayyaz, thank you so much for being here, man. I appreciate you. Assalamu alaikum, and thank you again for this honor.
Wa alaikum salam, and thank you for having me for this opportunity.
Of course. Freddy, we'll start off right off the bat. Tell us about yourself. Where were you born? When did you come to the States? And how were you first introduced to the game of volleyball?
Wow. I was born in Singida, a little tribe or village.
Okay.
North of Tanzania, Dar es Salaam. And I think even Sheni, Darcy, Murtaza, Sadiq, they were from there too.
Okay.
So I was born there. And from there, one day in the hospital, like now I was at home. Then we moved to Dar. And from Dar in 84, I came to the US, December 84.
Wow. So in 84, you moved to New York.
December 84, I was in New York.
Okay. So now when you moved, how old are you at this point?
14.
Wow. Okay. So young age of 14, you moved to the States. You're in New York, the Big Apple. When do you get introduced to the game of volleyball? Because did your dad ever play?
Dad used to play back home.
Okay.
My dad and his brothers used to have a little court outdoors behind in Upanga, and I think Zemorko. In his backyard used to have a court, and that's where my dad and his friends would play after work.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Right. This was in the mid-70s, late 70s. Right? But then 82, everybody moved from there.
Right.
84, I came over here.
Right.
So that's when I saw them play. I was maybe 5, 6 years old, 7, not sure.
Okay.
But I was introduced to volleyball over here. And I believe first practice I went was at Gina Ground.
Yes, of course. Right? The famous Gina Ground, yes.
That famous Gina Ground. And I'm pretty sure it was with Junior and Sam and Piaro, PJ. They're the ones who took me. And that's how I got introduced to volleyball in New York.
Okay, so now around that time, you're starting to fall in love with this game, I'm assuming, right? You're learning the ropes of it. There's a lot of people here. You're trying to find your footing. What was your volleyball crew like, growing up, 14, 15, 16, 17? Who was that age group for you that was also trying to do the same things?
It was hard because basically Junior was the only one who had a car. Okay. So he would come pick us up, and it would be probably me, Junior, and later would Riaz, Musadik Hasnali.
Oh yeah.
Asgar Ballu, Munna Kabana, right?
Wow. Okay.
And Sam was a big part of it too.
Okay.
Sam was all around a sportsman, be it baseball, basketball, volleyball, soccer. He would just play anything.
Yeah. Sam Sajjad Jaffer, right?
Marhum, yeah.
Marhum Sajjad Jaffer.
Yes.
When you are growing up in the game now, right? You're starting to see these players. Who resonated with you the most when you were watching him? You're like, man, I want to be like that guy. Like, who was the top dog at that time?
I'm pretty sure back then was one name, Johnny.
Really?
Yeah.
He was the man.
He was the man, Along, don't forget your Chacha used to play as well too. Rizwan back in the
Yeah, I
day.
remember. Yeah,
Oh
of
my
course.
God.
Of course, of
Yeah.
course, of course.
Gulli with his serves, Mustafa
Right,
Morogoro,
right.
all these guys back then, Naziro, Razamanji.
So those are the guys you watched, like
Those are
while
the guys I watched, yes.
where do you get your start? Where do you start playing? Do they put you in the net and then you work your way out? Like how was it back then?
I don't recall, but I'm pretty sure it was front right.
Okay, okay.
Started,
Mm-hmm.
right? Front right, front left, front right, front left. Because we're still kids, 14, 15 years old, you know what I mean?
Right,
Just being introduced to the game.
right.
A lot
Did
of
you,
the games you be standing third line and getting the balls, picking
yeah,
up the balls. You
exactly,
know what I mean,
exactly,
so you get a
exactly.
chance to play, we take that chance.
When you started playing it, like, did you know, like, hey man, I can, I'm pretty good at this. Like, I can get a hang of this. Like, it's like you. When did you know that I got a future in this game?
I had no choice but to learn this game because coming from England, only playing cricket and soccer, and coming over here, there's no soccer at that time.
Right,
There's
right,
no cricket at the time. So I had to pick up volleyball and
mm-hmm.
basketball and
Mm-hmm.
learn the American football, which I
Right.
never understood for the first 2 years.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
If anybody knows Freddy, Freddy's good at all sports. I mean, I remember Freddy used to play us 2-on-1 basketball. Like Freddy was like, he grew up in the States. It felt like he was good at, you were always good at basketball. You're always good at many sports. Um, we've talked to Riaz and Ali Raza. I had an interview with them and we got their side of Islanders, Union, that saga that took place. Tell us your perspective of how it all went down. People, it starts off with eaglets, right? Ibrahim Jaffer starts off with eaglets in Long Island. Tell me the whole starting of that. How does that come up?
I don't know how it all started, but it did start.
Mm-hmm.
I think we were not getting enough playing time and we were getting better,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
right? All this being put in a B or C team or whatever, but we had a few players who were really good, could have been in A,
Right.
right? So I think Junior came up with the idea, hello, we start our own club, you know what I mean?
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think with Junior, Riaz, Ali,
Mm-hmm.
all saying we should come up with our own
Mm-hmm.
club. And everybody tagged like Munna, Asghar Balu,
Yeah.
Mustadi Kasnali. They all, we say, yeah. And there was a little cousin I used to have, Asghar Dewji.
Okay. Okay.
Right? So we became pretty good, but they said
Yeah.
not gonna last or whatever. But that Eaglet name, after that first tournament in Allentown, whatever it was, they
Scrap
said,
it.
that name's gotta go, man. You know
That's
what I mean?
it.
We're
Yeah.
not babies anymore.
100%, man. The when you did this and you decide to go and play for Islanders and play with your friends, I'm assuming it was a group of friends, right? That just wanted to play.
Yes, yes.
Did you face any backlash as a kid? Was anybody saying anything to you like why are you leaving Union? Why are you not playing for Union?
No, I don't think they did because they had enough of their own issues.
Mm.
That's one. And we were just babies. We were no threat to them,
Right.
right? We are out of the way,
Right.
right? We used to do our own thing, rent our own gym, tie a
Oh,
rope
that's
as a
crazy.
net,
Right.
right? We didn't have the money to get a net back then,
Yeah.
right? So, and then slowly we saved up, got a net, our own balls, and we used to have practices indoors and outdoors.
That's crazy, man.
Outdoors used to be Fridays, Saturdays, Sundays. We just played Airville Park.
And you would just get better and better
You
and
just
better.
get better. Outdoor game is different with the wind and everything. It just really
Exactly.
helps,
Especially in New York. Yeah, no,
right?
for sure. The the what position were you playing for Islanders at the time? Like what were you trying to get better at and what were you still front right?
No, I moved to the back.
You did. You ended up moving to the
Yeah,
back.
yeah. So I was in the back, and it could have been me. It could have been Ali Manekia. Ali used to be a good player.
Yeah, of
You know,
course.
from netty to front center to the
Yeah.
back line. You know,
Yeah. He's a natural. Yeah.
he has a natural, and so was Riaz, and in the front right. You know, with that height.
Right.
You know, so we had some.
It must have been fun, right? During that time, like you're young, you have so much energy, and you
Yeah,
just want to like prove yourself, right? It must have been the greatest time.
yeah. Kazim Fazal, his brother Fiti. I mean,
Yeah,
we
50,
had some
yeah.
solid players.
Yeah. The was there any beef with Union? Like, when you would go to mosque or when was there any sort of like friction there?
Not really, because you know me, right? when I see noise, I walk away. So
Yeah. But
because
like they must have not liked what you guys were doing. But at the end of the day, you're right. I guess you were out of their way. You know, you weren't really trouble. You were actually making things easier for them, if anything.
correct. Yeah, and I guess once they realized when the Rizwans and the Johnnies and everybody started leaving, I'm like, oh,
Exactly.
snap. You know what I mean?
Exactly. We need these guys.
Yeah.
Okay, so tell me about that. That's the perfect segue. Tell me about what made that merger happen. So let's first talk about how many tournaments you played as Islanders. It must have been a couple, right?
It was a couple. It wasn't much, but it was a couple. And
And
those
how did you
couple
guys do?
we did pretty well. You
Okay,
know,
okay.
I think that answer Ali or Riaz will give you, but they'll probably remember more,
Yeah.
right? I
And they
don't really recall.
and people were noticing you, I'm assuming, at this
And
time.
people are noticing us, yes, right?
So
Like the first tournament we played, I think that I played was in Allentown. I think it was in
mhm,
'85.
mhm.
It was a pickup team.
Okay.
It was me, Najaf had just come in.
Oh wow.
Yeah, in Allentown. Then Hilal's dad, Faisal.
Oh my God.
Okay, my cousin Asghar Dewji,
Hmm.
Murtaza Versi, Giri,
Oh my goodness.
right?
What's a
And there was one
Versi?
more player, I don't recall who it was.
Hmm.
And Najaf was Najaf back then,
He
right? And
was.
Hilal's dad was pretty good too,
That's crazy, man. That's
right?
crazy. I never knew that. That's see that you always
Yeah, that
learn.
was my first tournament in the US.
You end up turning heads. I'm sure people notice, hey man, there's these kids in New York that are really good. And they Union is gonna need them now because people are leaving. When does that talk start happening? The merger talk? Like what starts the that whole conversation?
From what I recall, there was no talk, not mentioning names.
Mm-hmm.
Two good players from our club, Islanders,
Mm-hmm.
come and say, hey, we're leaving. We're going back to Union.
Oh, okay.
Okay. But back then, we all hard headed.
Yeah.
It probably came out the wrong words,
Right,
right?
right, right,
Choice of words would have been better.
right.
So I think Riaz Jr., we all sat and decided, fine, if that's what's going to happen, then have a meeting.
We'll all
I
go
don't
back.
remember if the meeting was in the morning or at night.
Right,
I'm
right,
pretty
right.
sure Junior moved it up to at night because he's not waking up in the morning, right? Because practice back then used to be early morning, 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
Yes. So we went, and I guess yeah, we don't mind, but this is the one condition. But I think that condition helped because I was there, Riaz
Hmm.
was there,
Hmm.
Junior was there,
Yeah.
right? So if Riaz was there, Mazar was on the other side,
Right.
Salamat
Exactly.
was on the other side. I was there. You got
Exactly.
you got
That's true. There's
PJ,
so many
you
family
got PJ, you got
ties.
Sam, right?
Yeah.
So we had family backing,
Yeah. Exactly.
and everything went smooth. Everything went smooth. And I think this was the foresight of Najaf.
Oh, okay.
Yes, right.
A lot of
This was
people
the
give
foresight.
credit to Liaquat Fazl for
Yes, this was the foresight from Najaf. Najaf, I went into Aliaka, break this team or bring these kids back because they're
really.
going to be a threat and we'll need them.
Oh wow,
Yeah,
wow.
yeah. This was
That's
this was Najaf's doing. You know what I mean? But
wow,
for the
smart.
betterment for New York.
Exactly. That's
Right.
wow. That's really smart. Yeah. The anytime during this does Sam come to you? Does PJ come to you? Do they come to you and tell you, hey man, just come back? This is not even like, hey, come back as Islanders, but Freddie, you come back. Like, did anybody approach you during this time?
No, but Sam used to be part of Islanders.
Okay. So
Right?
so Sam was
After
with you.
Ibrahim helped us, then Sam was there too. Like
Okay,
he would come
okay,
to our practices,
okay.
right?
Anybody from Union come to you and tell you, hey, come
No,
back?
and they knew we were having so much fun.
Really?
That we were having so much fun
So there
playing
was
as
no way.
Islanders, and anybody wanted to come, just comes and play.
That's crazy. So there was no way you would go back at that time because you were doing your thing. You were having a good time.
Yeah, we're having a fun time, and some practice we were beating them. You know what I mean? So
That's crazy. The At that time when the merger start happening, you're sitting down as a team with I'm sure Liaquat Fazl, Marhum Liaquat Fazl, all these people at the time. When you tell them like, hey, we're down to come back, and they want you back. one of the stipulations, we talk about is the name. The name was big.
Yes.
Was that a big deal for you guys? Was that something you pushed?
Yeah. I think Junior and Riaz pushed it because this is the only way we'll come back.
Wow.
Yeah.
And they were accepting of it?
Yeah, they were fine, yeah. Razamanji, I mean, all those guys come, yeah, it's fine, no big deal, we all won. So there was no much beef. It's just that
Yeah.
they need players. It's up to today we need players, everybody's moving.
Of course. Yeah. What was it a quick meeting? Was it a deliberation? What did it take a while for the crux of it?
With Marhum Liaquat, there's always long meetings, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're gonna have the biryanis, you're gonna have the table, the red carpet and everything. So
Yeah,
but we were just wanted to play. That's all it was.
Yeah, the prevailing thought is that back then meetings were different, right? Volleyball was different. Suspensions would come in a letter form to your house. You'd be told you're not coming to practice. People would boycott tournaments. Meetings would be done at a restaurant in Liaquat with Liaquat Fazal and bodyguards around. And, I know we try to dramatize it, but it's the truth, right? That's how it was back then.
It's the truth, yeah.
It was like the mob, it was super cool. And volleyball was different, right? Volleyball ran everything. And so when you decide to go back, did they promise you guys any spots on the team? Like, hey, you'll get 3 guys on A, you'll get 4 guys on A, or no? Was that never a conversation?
It was never a conversation, but when selection came, there was always issues.
Yeah, of course. That's always the case.
There was always issues because as my experience, I knew I was better than quite a few.
Right.
And I was put into B.
Right.
Okay. And then that's when family come up. Because what was that? PGA Junior, Sam goes, Freddy, don't play.
Yeah.
And in my heart, I want to play. You know what I mean?
Of course, you're a young guy.
So out of respect, I said, fine, I'll sit out this one.
So you sat it out?
I sat out, yeah.
When did you sit out? What year was this?
I think this was in a New York tournament. I said I don't remember what year, but I did.
So probably 96, right before the championship, you're saying?
Yeah, 96 or 95, 94.
95, 94, 96. Yeah, around there.
I sat one out.
Wow. So you sat a tournament out at home?
Yeah. At home, I sat out, and I do remember some players had not even confirmed and they were put into A.
Wow. Right. I had not known this. That's crazy. So you sat out a tournament. How did that hurt? Did that hurt?
Of course it hurt. Of course, just watching.
Oh man. And you were young, right?
Yeah.
Oh, that sucks, man. Hey man, power to you. Like for you to be able to stand up for yourself, right? Like what's fair is fair, right? At the end of the day.
Fair, right?
Yeah. What was your first practice back when you guys merge and now you're back at Union and you're going to Union practices? What was it like? Did they treat you right? Or were they like, hey, you have to earn your spot again?
No. Nothing like that. You know what I mean? Nothing. Practice were perfect. Playing against Naziro and Najjar.
Yeah, exactly. Right? They probably took the practice up tenfold.
Yeah, Raza Manji, I mean, Shani Darcy, and pretty good practices back then. I mean,
Riaz says that they rolled out the red carpet when you guys came back, and it was like a big deal. Like the practices were great. It must have felt good, like now going back, like I'm playing against some of the best players. New York Union looks like a fortified team now. New York Union Islanders, like they have the youth, they have the veterans. It must have felt really good, like knowing that, hey man, I could be a part of this.
Sure. Yeah, it was just amazing. It was just brotherhood. All our big brothers.
Yeah, for sure. 97, the glory team of 97. How did that start being built? Because you talk about a tournament that you took the time off and you didn't play in that tournament. And then you come back, I'm sure, and try to prove yourself again. How does 97 get built? That team get built? What happens before that for this team to come together?
Because 97, because from what I recall, Najaf had gone back to Dar.
Yes.
Okay, Kazim Fazal had left back.
Yes. Yep.
Right, and I think what's his name, Raza Manji.
Yes.
And well, you know what? Let's go with a younger team.
Really?
And give it a shot. You know what I mean? Because there was nobody else there on the other side.
Yeah, true.
I think Nazir had gone back too. And the asset that we had was Sajjad Kimchi.
Yes, exactly. How does that team get built, and where did they tell you from the beginning, hey, you're going to be our back center?
No. It was just built, And I knew I was going to play back center.
Oh, they never told you. You just kind of
I
assumed it.
just knew that this is it. Right?
Wow.
This,
Wow.
this is it. And the only way, I don't know how we got through,
Mm-hmm.
right? But
Mm-hmm.
we had net issues back then,
Right. 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 Right.
right?
Right.
And nobody not confirmed to the last minute.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nobody only played the 3 games in the finals. That's it.
That's crazy.
And that was the difference.
That's insane. The when the team is being built and you know the team that you have, you're going into this tournament, you know in the back of your mind you're playing back center. Was there like a realistic thought in your mind that hey, we could win this one?
It was 50-50. I mean, you're standing against Mebu there. You
Exactly.
got Tanvir, Makoti, Asgar, Arish. I mean, there were some
Best
solid
players at the
players,
time. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
best
yeah.
players. And you know how intimidating Mebu could be to you when he looks at you, you know what I mean?
Seriously. Yeah,
Right?
no, for sure.
He gets you 1 point, he keeps on coming.
Exactly. Exactly.
Right?
How does Sajad Kimji get into the fold? I mean, I think he was only in New York for a year or two, right?
Yeah, he was 2, 3 years coming to practices, and he was a big part of he was a huge part of that tournament.
Yeah,
Huge.
he ends up winning the MVP, I think, or something. But
He got
how?
yeah, he got the MVP. Either I got the MVP overall, or he got the MVP overall, or I got the MVP
And you got
for the
finals, I think. Yeah, something like that. Yeah. How does he end up in like what your front center, and was that all like predetermined? Like, did you guys know, okay, Freddy back center, Sajad front center, this guy here?
I mean, New York always lacked front centers back then,
Yeah, yeah, true.
right?
Especially with Naziro left, right?
And Zero left, Muna Chamsi left,
Yes, yes.
right? I mean,
Yeah.
Muna Chamsi was a wall just like Orlando A wall.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
how
yeah, yeah.
that's how Muna Chamsi used to play.
Yep, yep.
A
100%.
ball would not go through.
Yeah, true. The the team in 97, tell me about them. Who was on this team? I mean, we know there's lists that go out there, whatever, but tell me about that 97 team. Who was on that team?
But I have a photo here. I can share it with
Yeah, yeah,
you.
I would love to see it. I would love
All
to
right.
see it. If you can, this memorabilia, I'm in.
Okay.
Oh wow, that's pretty cool. I like that. I like that you
All right.
framed that. Wow. Yeah, man, that's
So
great at its
I can
finest.
go. We got Ali Manik, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You got myself,
Okay.
and we had another wall that did not get mentioned was Wajaxi.
Who's that?
What?
Fuad
What?
Jaxi. Wow. Yeah, I see him
Okay.
now. Mm-hmm.
All right. And you said Sajad Kimni,
Mm-hmm.
front center, you had Riaz
Mm-hmm.
and Marhum Daya,
But yeah,
Mohammad
man.
Raza.
Yeah.
And the only person missing on this photo is Sajad Dogo. Raza Dunji is there.
Oh, so Reza Dunji and Dogo were the netties.
Raza Dunji was the name.
Wow.
Dogo confirmed last minute, right?
And
And
just played semis and finals.
he just played finals,
That's insane.
right?
That's crazy to me. That's pretty cool though. Like pretty cool from a story for Dogo. That's pretty freaking
Yeah,
cool.
I mean, he played lights out.
That's
Dogo,
yeah. People have always said that Dogo as a netty when he was younger, man, was
yeah,
amazing.
I think one of the best.
Was amazing. 97 for me, I remember as a kid, I'm sitting on the sideline.
I remember you were next to Mikey.
Yes, and you take the point, you take the game-winning point. Mehboob, I think Mehboob hits the ceiling. Or
Actually, first game we lost game 8.
yeah.
Second game we beat them game 8.
Mm-hmm.
Third game we were down 12-8,
Okay.
and there's a timeout call.
Mm-hmm.
So in that Francis Lewis, there's a little exit door, and an
Yes.
exit door, a little cupboard, right?
Yes, exactly. Yep.
So we'll go in there.
Okay.
And Razamanji is there, Junior is there, and Sajad Kimji's dad,
Okay.
Razak Kimji,
Okay. Yeah.
right? And the words Razak Kimji goes to me, you've lost the game already,
Mm-hmm.
okay? So there's no time limit.
Yeah.
So just hit it. What happens, just hit the ball.
Okay.
Don't worry, whatever happens, just hit it.
That's such an arcade mentality too,
Right?
yeah.
And then Riaz comes and and slaps me or grabs my neck
Hmm.
and beep beep beep, hit it. Right?
Okay, I got you. I got you.
All right.
Censored, yeah.
Eh, eh. So fine, we get in, we get the serve.
Okay.
We serve Mehboob digs,
Hmm.
and Junior is on the sideline. Beep beep beep, hit it.
Yeah.
Right? I smack it. Mehboob digs and hits the ceiling.
Yeah. Yeah.
Happened twice, happened third time. Same
Hmm.
play. So
Hmm.
3 balls in a row,
Hmm.
hit up.
Hmm.
Fight breaks out.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh, I
Right?
don't remember
Commotion
this.
comes out. And luckily, we had a strong referee.
Hmm.
Nobody recalls who the referee was, but the referee was Muhammad Balu.
Oh, wow.
Six
From
two,
Allentown.
6'4".
Yeah,
So as we
Kazan's
were
brother, right?
standing
Yeah.
on the table, and he stands is even taller.
Right.
And he goes, play on or walk out.
Wow. Okay.
Play on or walk out.
Are you playing Evening Stars here?
Yes.
Okay. Hmm.
Yeah,
So
play
now,
on or
okay,
walk out.
fine. The fight goes, everyone goes back to their sides, they start playing.
Yeah, just starts playing and just go through. And with the adrenaline running and everything, game over. We win. We leave them on 12. From 8
That's
12, we leave them on
crazy.
12.
That's
Come back
insane.
and win it. And what happened after that, I don't know. I know I'm in the air and so forth. And
Exactly.
yeah,
So when I'm a kid, the game finishes and we run onto the court. I mean, just the whole crowd that's sitting there runs onto the court, and Freddy's in the sky, and we're all underneath. Like, I'm a young kid underneath the pile with Yusuf Juma. We get stuck. I remember as a young kid, Yusuf Juma's pulling me out, and I'm just like, this is the greatest moment. Like, that's what made me fall in love with volleyball. That moment right there. I talk about it all the time. I can't forget it. I can't remember what happens around it, before it, after it. All I can remember is that moment happens. And when I sit there and I go, like, what defining moment in my career, or when I was a kid, sorry, that made me want to play volleyball, it was that moment. Seeing you hoist it up, I said, man, I want to be that guy one day. Because there's winning is great. People talk about this all the time. Winning is
sure.
awesome. But winning in New York, oh my God, there's nothing like it. Like, there is nothing like it. I've never done it, but with the day that I saw it in 97, I was like, man, nobody like you had the whole city behind you, and they're lifting you up. Tell me about that moment when you won. What was your first thought? Like, wow, we won. And then number two, when you're being picked up, like, what were you feeling?
Uh, it was something that was priceless. It was priceless. I mean, everything, your adrenaline is running. You don't know what's happening. You're
Right.
just in the air. We won. I mean, did we really win? No. We
Yeah,
beat the great, Mehboob. I mean, Mehboob was
exactly. He was the
Mehboob. I
best
mean,
at the time. Yeah.
he's the GOAT. I mean, hats off to
Yeah.
him, man.
Yeah.
But it was just, but there is proof. The game was recorded,
But it was never posted.
was never posted.
Wow. So it's out there somewhere.
It's
It's
out
out there
there,
somewhere.
I've asked
I would
Munna
love to
about
watch
it.
that game, man. I would
I've
love
asked
to.
Hasnain, I've asked Mehboob. They said they can't find the tape. So I think they got to put a little effort to find that particular game.
When you take that point and you win the game, a level of shock, I'm sure, that, like, wow. Do you ever think about that time again? Like, when you think about it right now, while we were talking about it, does it ever come back to you, that memory? And do you get goosebumps and stuff thinking about
Yes,
it?
yes, sure do. Talk to
How
Roshan
how
about it all the
old
time.
how old were you back then? 97.
97, 27.
Wow. So young, like, in your prime, like coming into your prime, like, it was probably your defining moment in
Yes.
volleyball,
Mhm.
right? All that hard work, everything you put together into it. After 97, everything starts to dwindle and people start moving. People are moving to Florida. It becomes a big deal. The club is starting to kind of simmer out. What was that like? That aftermath. Was it tough to know that, man, that same team wasn't going to be able to give it a shot again?
Yes, it was tough. It was really, really hard.
You think if you had stayed together and you had another couple cracks at it, you could have won a couple more?
Definitely.
That team was just perfect, right?
It was just perfect. No superstars. Everybody just doing their role.
When you win in 97, like what's that night like as young kids? Like what are you all up all night and just enjoying that
All
moment?
up all night, and we're sitting in the cafeteria.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
back then, your cell phones are so expensive,
Yeah, yeah.
and phone calls are going to Najaf, Naziro, Kazim in Dar es Salaam,
Wow. That's
right?
crazy. Yeah, Ali Raza mentions calling people in Dar
Yeah,
and Kazim and Shabur and letting them know that
yes,
they won.
yes, and they were in shock themselves.
That's
They were,
crazy.
wow, it was just priceless.
Union starts to look a little bit different after 97. You know, people are moving. I think Ali Raza sticks around for a little bit. I think he becomes a chairman. And things start to, was the team ever in early 2000s? You know, you have the Mikey and Chiku's coming up from the right side of Francis Lewis, right? The left side of Francis Lewis was the older guys, the right side were the younger guys. They start to come in. Did the team look different and start to feel different a little bit? Like, there was a change in the now it's going to go to another youth, another era. What was it different then?
It was very different because now the elders were not there much.
True,
There
true.
was no guidance much,
Yeah, yeah.
right? All these young ones, like just when we are hot-headed, all hot-headed, just want to hit, hit,
Just
hit.
want to play. Yeah,
Right?
exactly. Just want to show themselves. Yeah,
There was no IQ on the volleyball,
yeah,
not how hard you to where you hit,
yeah. True.
right?
Yeah, yeah,
So, and they didn't want to learn. I
yeah,
tell them up to today, they just didn't want to learn,
yeah. True.
right?
Was it tough for you to watch everyone leave and you're
Yeah,
still that one man standing still, right? Like
it was tough.
everyone's gone and I'm the only one left, you know?
I'm the only one left. Yes.
But you kept chugging. You kept chugging along. And during the 2000s, 2010s, before I came in as captain, you were all over the place. They would put you back left, back center, back right. They experimented with you a lot to try to put some youth around you, but then they told you take a role. Then they told you, and we were just never able to recapture that glory. Was that time tough for you? Like, did you ever consider like, man, you know what? Maybe just my time was that 97 and I just got to call it quits.
I did think about it, but then I knew I had young ones behind me,
Yeah. Yeah.
right? If I don't go, they won't go.
Yeah. True.
And even if my young ones were not there, if I didn't go, quite a few players that I pick up on the way to come to volleyball
Yeah.
would be disappointed.
You're right. You're
So
right.
for the love of the game and the love of the community,
You just kept
I,
going.
I carry on till today.
That's crazy. I love that. I love that about you. And that's what makes you one of my mentors because I see how at this age, how old are you now? 50,
50 plus.
50 plus.
Let's leave it at there.
You're 50 plus. You don't look a day over 40, but you're 50 plus and you are still there every Friday. You're still busting your ass. You're still helping the youth. You're still helping New York Union. You're there in tournament time, the first one there, the last one there, putting up that banner, going all the way to the sky. I remember, you know what? Francis Lewis, the ball would get stuck at the top, okay? And nobody would want to go up there and get it. And Freddy would be the guy who would climb up the bleachers, climb up the wall, end up on the railings at the top and throw the balls down. And I'm just like, man, this guy is fearless. Like this guy is amazing. And you're always like that. You're still like that till today. A hard worker, a guy that gives everything to New York Union. So I understand that you wanted to just keep going. You just didn't want to give up.
Just just the love of the game. It is just every minute wasted it's not good. You're not on the court.
You're right. You're right. When you at any point during the tail end of your career, you see that you haven't had a chance to win a championship again properly. Did you ever sit back and go, man, like 97 was it? Like there was no there like I never got a chance after that. I never got an opportunity after that. I never got did it feel good but also almost hurt that
Yes, it hurt a lot.
right? Because like you're in the prime of your career and you just never got to relive that moment. And I'm sure after you win once, everyone says you want to taste it again and again and again.
And again and again and again. But
I
I'm thankful I got one.
exactly, like some of us don't even have one, right? So like for you, it's
But
like
it's not that you don't have one. We could have had five,
yeah, true. That's true.
right?
That's
We could
true.
have had five,
That's true. That's
right?
true.
No, we have good players. You could be a good player, but you need that one or two great players.
100%. No doubt
right?
about it. No doubt about it. I'm sure at some point in your career, like, I just wish I had a couple more great
Yes.
players around me and we could have done it again and again. Because,
hmm
you were, again, like prime of your career. You were winning. You won MVP. Like, you had everything going for you. And then the team just happens to dismantle. But that team stuck together. If anything happened that was different, I'm sure you sit back and go, man, we could have had a good run in us,
We could have had a good one.
At various points in the 2000s, you become the chairman of the club, union, your union through and through. Obviously, you try to keep the club afloat, but the Islander name is removed at one point, and it was a topic of conversation that stirred up some controversy, and people until today talk about that. What was the true reason the Islanders name was taken away, and how did you feel about that? Because Munna Kabana, you guys were like the last remnants of that Islanders name, right? Like that were still playing at the time. Why was that? Why was that removed? And did you think it was going to be as controversial as it was?
I don't know why it was removed. I don't know how it came up. It just came up. And I think it was brought up to the committee and the committee voted on it.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. I do remember going to Muna Kabana. Muna, they're removing the name.
Yeah.
And Muna goes, Fayyaz, what can you do? What can we
Yeah.
do?
Yeah. Muna was
Right?
upset about it. I remember. Yeah. He told me.
I said, what can we do? It was for purpose back then, but it is what it is, right? We move
Yeah.
on,
True.
right?
Did,
We
did
move
it
on.
did it hurt you? Did it hurt you that Islanders was being removed? Like, because you were the guy. Like,
Yeah, it pinched, right?
yeah.
It pinched, but if it's going to a vote, I'm just going to abstain
Yeah, true.
because a lot of voting that we have done in our committee too, right?
Yeah,
So
true.
majority rules, right?
Fair enough. Fair enough. Um, I end up becoming your captain at some point. You become my chairman, and I learned so much from you because I end up becoming the chairman later on, and a lot of my dealings with people and how it was because I saw how you did it. Um, was it tough for you to trust me? Like, I was a kid. I was trying to handle the club. I was young, hot-headed, like you said. It must have been a hard sell to be like, hey, Freddy, Salman's going to be your captain. How did you entrust me with that? Were you nervous?
I was not nervous because I knew they all looked up to you.
Right.
I knew you could back it up with your game. And the ace card that I had that you don't know was your dad.
Yeah, that was the key. Yeah, exactly.
Okay. So before you come in captain, I got his permission.
Right.
And I said, any issues, please keep him in check.
Yeah. And he
Right?
did. He did.
Right?
Yeah.
So you had that guidance over there.
Yeah, agreed.
Right? But he was our chairman too.
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
Musti was there too.
Yep.
Right? And Musti's done a lot for the club.
Huge piece.
Yeah, huge part of Union, right? He doesn't get the credit, but he's done a lot.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, hats off to him.
For sure.
So I was in good hands. I was in good hands with you, Musti, a committee, Mikey.
Yeah, no, I talk about it all the time. I think you allowed me to make mistakes, and you would cover up all my wrongdoing so that I could continue to make mistakes, but learn from them. And not many chairmen will allow you to do that. A lot of chairmen will micromanage you, or Abbas Ismail also was amazing, right? He let me make the mistakes and then learn from my mistakes, and that's why when I became the chairman, I was able to be like, hey, it's okay. Like, I'll cover up the things the same way Freddy and Abbas covered up for me. I'll cover up any mistakes that the young ones are going to do because they need to learn like how I did, right? But I thank you for that. I remember I would call you randomly, 1 a.m. on a Saturday night, and I'd be like, Freddy, I got a problem, this, that, and you'd pick up and you'd be like, don't worry, do this, let's do this, let's do this. And it was great. It was a great team, and I loved every part of it. We went through a lot. The club split at one point. There was Hayderies, there was Union. We were able to bring them back together. The club becomes bigger, more youth. We make a lot of close runs, like you said. We made it to finals a couple times, 5 times. You were always a big part of that. You came to every practice. You would do so much for the club. Even though you weren't a part of the A team, you knew you were an important piece week in, week out. What made you continue? There were times your back was hurting. You'd be wearing a back brace, but you would still come week in, week out, even after not being the chairman, right? What kept you coming back? Was it just the love of the game, or was it the fact that you had meant now so much to these kids after being here, what, 30, 40 years in New York Union?
Just the love of the game. Just the love. It's just the love of the game, love of the community, coming there, picking on Zamiros and the Sadiqs, right?
That's
And
what makes
just
it
having
fun, right?
just
Yeah.
what makes it fun. As you can see it in the group, every Thursday I start who's coming, who's not, right? So I try to bring everybody, be it
Yeah.
from my little one to Modirani's youngest, Mujahid's youngest,
Yes.
who's
Yes.
7, 8, 10, 11 years old. I said, just come. Let them come around and play.
Yeah, for
Just
sure.
play. That's why I tell all the young dads, don't make it about you.
Yeah.
As good as you are.
Yeah. You're right.
Bring your little ones to the game. Let them run around, hit the ball, play, do something.
Yeah.
Don't make it about you. And that's the mistake that I did. I made it about me. And that's why Dewji wasn't there much.
Yeah.
That's when I realized that that's why I started bringing Roshan, Ali
Yes.
Mehdi, right?
Yes.
So I learned
Yes.
from my mistakes.
Yes. Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
And
Exactly.
Roshan is what he is because he loves the game.
Yeah, he loves it, and he's so
Right?
good, and he's just like, I never thought that his potential would be this high, and
Yeah.
I've seen him play, and I'm just like, wow, man, you know.
Yeah. I mean, every time he goes, man, I want to be like Salman. I want to be like Jaxie. I want to play like Cody. I want to serve like this guy. I want to do this. I want to
Yeah,
do
man,
that.
he's getting there, man. He's
He
getting there.
just
He's got.
loves the game. Just
Yeah,
loves the game.
that's the thing, man. You gotta love the game, and I don't think people realize. People tell me all the time, and you're 50 plus, but you're there week in week out. We're part of that members only, right? Like you are charuing them on Thursday, like, hey guys, who's coming, and you keep that fire in those guys till
Yeah.
today. I'm like that, right? I'm like that at this age. I message all my friends on Thursday, be like, hey, who's coming, and I want to be like this till I'm 50, like but the beauty about what you've done is that you always put the club first. You see, there are guys that are older that still want to put themselves first. And, there's a time you need to know when to walk away almost.
Yes.
And when you walk away, you actually gain more respect.
Correct.
That's why today people look to you and go, hey, can you give me advice here? Can you give me advice here? Even when you were at the tail end of your career and I was coming in as captain, you knew, hey, listen, my time was done. I'll help Salman week in, week out. I'll play back center against him. I'll teach him the way, but I'll never get in his way. You always would teach me dogo dogo, right? Float, float. And I would be a bangi kid. I would hit. And you tell me, man, you're not going to get anywhere like that. It's not how hard you hit, it's where you hit the ball. And that resonates in my head till today when I'm playing with Orlando Union. I'm playing back left, and I couldn't get accustomed to their speed and their level. I would just think to myself, like Freddie always told me, like there was going to come a time in my life where I couldn't just hit the ball. Like that's not gonna, like eventually age catches up to you, people catch up to you, the game catches up to you. You have to reinvent yourself. And I watched you reinvent yourself. In turn, I reinvented myself. And I'm telling you, I don't think you realize how much of an impact you made in my career. I don't have a podcast, right? Like nobody's ever interviewed me. But if they ever did, you'd be a big part of that because you taught me so much. And you don't get the credit. People don't talk about that. People don't realize the week in, week out, you'd come 52 weeks out of the year. Even if there was 5 players, if there was 10 players, we'd play when it was Hadri's time, we'd play 3-on-3, 4-on-4. Like it was crazy, man. People didn't see all that. People didn't see all the stuff you did, but I did. And so for me, that's why I'm like, man, Freddie for me is what I want to be at 50 plus. I want to be the guy that people still love at practice. I would come to you, Freddie, at 2 teams at the end. You'd be like, don't even worry, Sal. I'm going to sit up. I'll just serve. I'll just be there in the back. Like you were just so wonderful about that. How was it when I come in as captain and the youth are taking over, that your career is at the twilight now, was it a tough transition for you, or did you know, hey man, I'm okay with this. I love this. Like I love being a coach and a mentor.
I just love watching you guys play.
Yeah.
Even if I have to sit every game out at this age and just watch.
Yeah.
It's fine with me as long as I see the youth playing.
Yeah. Fair.
When you see the close 50s, they want to come play. And when you make 2 teams, I said, what are you guys playing for? Let the young ones play.
Yeah, true.
You know what I mean? Let the young ones play. Just sit out.
Yeah.
Enjoy the view.
Yeah. Yeah. Right? I think what make, I always tell my friends this. If I'm hanging on for too long and I become that guy that puts himself first, tell me, hey man, it's time to go, because that's what I don't want to become. But what you have become is that guy that people want you there. If Freddie's not there, it doesn't feel right. Like when I've come to New York Union practices ever since I moved, and you weren't there one time, I think, and I was just like, man, where's Freddie? You know what I'm saying? Like, where is he? You know, and you were out of town at the time. But it's just like, man, like it's not the same. People want you there, and people know that you're. And it's funny because over here, and in other places, I'm sure, not many 50-plus-year-olds go to practice still. Not many 50-plus-year-olds are around their club as much. But you're there week in, week out. And the kids love it, man. They love it when you're there. And you know what the funny thing about you is? And I noticed it the last time you came, but you always did this. You don't care to play back. You don't care to be covered. You will play front left. Like I saw you play front left. Like, and you'll give it your all. You know, and I love that about you. Back brace and all, you do everything you can in your power to be that guy. It's because you still love it, right? Like you don't mind it. You still love it.
Just want to play. That's it. Get my practices on Fridays, 2 games in, I'm happy. That's it. Half
Yeah,
a game,
exactly.
I'm happy.
Yeah, exactly. The you do get one more shot. You get one more small shot in 2015. NWO is made. The A team is made by Shane and Freddy and those guys. Me, Hilal, we make the NWO. There was a big situation that took place, and New York Union in turn says, you know what, screw you guys, we're gonna bring a team. And Musti puts together a ragtag team of Murtaza Ratani and Muhammad Ratani and Abbas Ismail and Mo Khalfan and Z and Khalil Pir Muhammad and Ned and Mo Darcy. And the back center is Freddie. You become the back center of this ragtag team, and you guys actually do really well. You beat us. You beat a lot of good teams. I think you beat United Stars even or something. Yes. And you end up in the quarterfinal against Minnesota. I think you were the first top 2-3 seeds or something. What was that time like? Like, I know you were older. I know it was 2015, but like, did it feel like, wow, okay, cool, man. Like, I could still do this, right? Like, it was fun. Like, you guys, you were taking points, you were enjoying yourself. What was that time like?
We just came say, hey, guys, just have fun. Just hit the ball.
Yeah.
And rely on their mistakes. Just get it over. They'll do the mistakes. And slowly, just we creeped up. It was just fun. And it was everybody walked out with a smile, even we lost that game.
Yeah.
Everyone said, hey, had fun, yes. And that's how Mulu got his confidence.
Yes. Right? Yes. You got more than you bargained for that tournament.
Yeah, like, and he's like, thank you till today. Mulu remembers that tournament up to today.
Yeah, of course.
Like, he played back left.
Yes, with more Darcy in front of him. Like, guys were playing out of their minds, Like,
just put it over.
It was nuts.
Was low. Don't worry, just put it over.
It's funny, man. Volleyball is a funny game. Like, you can have a random group of people, but if they just do the right thing and limit their mistakes, I mean, you got a chance. You now have played long enough to play with your sons. Obviously, Muhammad Ali, I grew up playing with Muhammad Ali, but you know, Roshan and Ali Mahdi, I'm sure at some point. But Roshan has improved at such a rapid pace. I mean, the way I saw Roshan when I left, and now how Roshan Ali is, it's insane. But you know, you played a huge role in that because you know you do those drills, right, where you throw the ball to him like this and it floats and he's able to return it. And you do that with us. But what has it been like playing with your kids and watching them grow and playing alongside them? Like, must be fun to know that you can play with them.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun, especially when the Ramadan tournaments come in.
Yeah.
Especially when the internal tournaments come, winter leagues, and you'll play against him or with him.
Yeah.
And they get intimidated. Daddy's across. I don't get a point from him.
Yeah.
They try.
Yeah.
Ali Mahdi's just started playing netty now.
Yep.
So it's a lot of fun playing with your own.
Yeah, true. No, you're right. The future of New York Union Islanders. First, let's talk about, we brought the name back. You know, New York Union Islanders. And people asked me in 2018, why did you bring Islanders back? And I said, to me, I was trying to recapture some glory of 97 because I felt like we moved away from what was magical at the time in 97. And we still think about 97. But it was also an honor for you, right? Because I was like, you know, Freddy is the last remaining member technically of Islanders, you know, him and some few names. And I wanted to do it in honor of you, like knowing that I'm going to bring back Islanders name, and we're what? 97, so 27 years in, and the championship still remains as the last reigning champion. I'm sure a part of that feels good, right? But a part of that also is like, damn, we haven't won in 27 years, so you don't feel that good about it. But what is the future of New York Union Islanders like? You know, you still go to practice, you do your best, but the club is growing in different aspects. But what is the future like? What do you think is the next 5-10 years of New York Union Islanders?
The future is very bright.
Mm-hmm.
We have recruited quite a lot of young kids.
Mm-hmm.
We might not see them now, might see them in the next 5 years.
Yeah.
So, I mean, the problem that New York has is that volleyball, you start at the age of 10, 12.
Yes.
Right? Because when you're 5, 6 year old, you can't even hit the ball over.
Right, exactly.
Right? So a lot of these young ones start soccer.
True. Umoja played a big part in that. Yeah.
Right? So once they're in there, they're not introduced to volleyball.
Yeah.
And they stick to soccer. And if I tell you how many kids we have in soccer,
it's insane. I heard it's insane.
It's 120, 140 kids.
That's amazing, man.
That's and JJ juniors. Amazing work they do over there.
Amazing work.
Just amazing work.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
Z and all those guys, they're doing great.
Z, Moshul, Akil Dharamsi.
Yep.
I mean, amazing work they do. I just talked to Z about it last night, but he comes to practice.
Yeah, I know. I heard he's doing some. He's gonna be on that B team. I heard some big things.
Yeah. And so he goes, yes, that's what the issue is, that no one's interested because they're not introduced to it at a young age.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. There's so many youth in New York, man. There's got to be some diamonds in that rough. You know,
it's just like if your dad never came to volleyball, I would not have you or safe.
100%.
Right.
You're so right. You're so right.
So they'll say, all the young fathers, take your sons. Yeah. Take your daughters.
Agreed.
Just play.
100%. 100%. How far do you think New York Union Islanders is from a championship? Do you think this tournament they is the one, or do you think they still have a few levels left to get back to that championship level?
I think we got a few levels left, but upsets can happen. We've seen them in the past.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
A lot of Cinderellas have come and gone.
Definitely.
Right? Yeah. Perfect example was Montreal.
Yes.
Perfect. Came out of nowhere back then.
Yep.
Came and chopped at everybody and took the trophy.
786. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So we are there, but I think a little more time we need.
When people talk about Freddy Dewji, Fayyaz Dewji, what do you want your lasting legacy to be? Do you want it to be the 97 championship, or do you want it to be the guy who was a New York Union Islander for 40 plus years, busting his ass week in, week out for this club?
Just a guy who loves everybody, puts a smile on everyone's face, and always laughing.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah.
Fair
Life is too short.
You're definitely right about that.
Okay.
You're definitely right about that. Yeah.
We've lost so many.
We have.
So many, right?
Yeah. I'm sure you've seen a lot of your friends come and go, and
yeah.
It's been tough, I'm sure. Yeah.
So
that's pretty much all you can ask for.
That's it.
Rapid fire. We're done with the main part. Now we're gonna go with rapid fire. I'm gonna give you some names. I'm gonna give you some names, and you just tell me, a word or a sentence.
A man with few words, right? So
yeah, exactly. Kazim, Fazil, Karmali. What? Give me something about him. Tell me something about him.
Amazing player. Better than me.
Wow. Okay. Shabar Fiti, Karmali, Fazil.
Fiti, happy-go-lucky guy.
Always happy-go-lucky.
Happy-go-lucky.
Ali Raza Manakia.
Mastermind.
I like that one. Sajjad Dogo Dewji.
One of the best netties I've played with, along with Monty Daudali.
Oh, wow. Okay. Sajjad Kimji.
The guru. The mastermind of that 97.
I like that. Riaz Juvraj.
Mastermind number one.
Maysam's father, Baya Cabana.
Role model.
Really?
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about Baya, man. Tell me about him. People, every time I speak to someone about him, they just have such good memories of him on the court. Like they just love his game, and Hassan Gigi talks about it all the time. Like he looked up to Baya. Like, what was it like playing alongside him and with him and watching him?
He was like a big brother to all of us. Anytime we got into trouble, he was always there.
Really?
Yeah. Been going out Friday nights or Saturday nights. Sportsman, always tell you to your face the truth. Right? Amazing player, beat any sport. He was just an all-round front center, back center, front right, back right. Anywhere you put him, he would perform.
Wow, that's crazy.
But you have to play all 6 positions.
That's amazing, man. Next one, Najaf.
One of the greats.
Definitely.
Along with Johnny.
Definitely. That was my next guy on the list, Johnny Bojani.
Johnny, I've not seen him much play, but the few times that I did, I said, this guy's not human the way he used to hit the ball. The guy was lethal.
The guy you went up against in 97, Mehboob Gigi Merali. Tell me about Mehboob Gigi at that time.
Mehboob was Mehboob, untouchable.
That's what everyone says. That's what everyone says.
I mean, the swing that he had, the way he used to hit the ball. But keep in mind, as great he was, the other 5 around him made him greater.
Agreed.
Right?
Yes.
The other 5 made him greater.
100%. 100%. Yeah.
So you could be the greatest, but the other 5, they are not supporting. You're nothing.
I agree. Next one on the list, Musti.
Musti, it was the heart of New York, heart of Union.
Yeah, you worked alongside him for a long time. Doesn't get enough credit.
Does not get enough credit.
Musti, if you watch this, we love you, man. The amount of work you did for us, for me in particular, I'm sure for Freddy the same. You put a lot of burden on your back. You carried a lot on your shoulders. A lot of onus went on you for a lot of the mistakes that maybe I made. But man, you helped us out so much, and you did so much for this club.
He always did whatever it was. He always did for the better for the club, no matter what happened to him or what people said.
Agreed. Right? Always put the club first. Always, and gave me my first true chance.
The only setback was that all those T-shirts he ordered, the extra large, or medium.
Seriously, man. Those bootleg insurance from 74th Street, Roosevelt. Bode Mujtaba.
Amazing guy.
You've worked a lot with him in Europe.
Worked together a lot. Loves the game.
Yeah.
And just wants to play and do the right for the club.
Yeah, agreed. Always puts the club first. The chairman of the club now. Yes. And my right-hand man for so many years. Mikey,
the man of few words. Like one of the hardest working guys.
Agreed.
Yeah. You think a lot of things happen, you don't see him, but he's doing a lot in the background. A lot.
I don't know if I'll ever be able to say this. I think one day when I get interviewed, I'll say it. The same way I talk about Freddy being a mentor to me, being a hard worker, being a guy that put Union first, being a guy that's there week in, week out, helping the kids. Mikey is the same way. And Mikey and I butted heads a lot when I was younger, similar to me and Jaxie when we were younger. It was kind of like, that's how it works. There's always that main guy and the guy trying to catch the main guy. Mikey was the main guy. And Mikey was that guy. And Mike, man, I don't know if you'll hear this, but if you do, a lot of love for you, a lot of respect for you. You taught me the game. You taught me how to act. You taught me how to be a dog. Slick back hair, side swing. I mean, Mikey had it all. Mikey's similar to Freddy in a way, where if they just had the pieces, right? I think you guys could have won some trophies, right? But Mikey had it all. And I remember growing up, there was the JJ Bojanis, there was the Chikus, there was the Face Ds. There's everyone who everyone wanted to be like, right? I wanted to be like Mikey. I thought Mikey was the coolest cat in town. And Mikey, I think at some point I wanted to be just like you so much that I wanted to take you down, and my ego got the best of me. But you kept me in check, and all love for you, bro. You have done so much for this club, and I think I found my respect for Mikey later in my career, because as I was dwindling in my time in New York Union, and the questions were coming like, we need to take this guy out of center. The one guy that like was in my ear and was like, don't let them put you down. Don't let them take it away from you, was Mikey. So Mikey, man, you're right. Freddie's right. Behind the scenes, you never asked for credit. You never wanted it. You're always there. You're always busting your ass. So all love for you, bro. I would not have been here in my career if it wasn't for you and Freddie. You guys played such a big part in all that.
And watch this way when Mikey's playing.
Bro, I heard Mikey's like rewinded the clock, man. Like I saw him play strikers with that B team. Oh my god, my guy still got it, bro. He still got. He's young. He's young.
Watch this way. Watch this way. He's coming for you.
I still think Mikey could today, if he wanted to, play on an 18.
Definitely.
I think he could.
Definitely. Yes.
Yeah. Again, one of those most underrated players that we don't know, we just never get to see. Amazing. Just the best. One of the best swings in volleyball. Best game you ever played? I'm assuming you're gonna tell me 97.
97 game 3.
Yeah, I would assume that. Worst loss you took? Is there a loss that sticks out in your mind that, man, that was a tough one?
Worst loss I took, I think, was we just took a pickup team to Toronto. Played against I think MZ, and they had a pickup team with all the good players. Shaq's brother Nadeem.
Yes.
And they just destroyed us. You know what I mean?
Really?
You just walked in and walked out. It was like too many games. Was over.
Oh my god! So you remember that one? That sticks with you. Yeah. Best netty you ever played with?
Sajad Dogo, Monty Dawdali, and I would say Mustafa Molana.
Oh my god! Yeah.
If I go back in the day.
Yeah, Mustafa Molana, man.
If I go back in the day, current, we have a lot.
There's too many.
We have the Z's, we have the safes.
Yeah, there's too many. There's too many.
Debo.
There's too many.
Emotionally, there's plenty.
Yeah. Best back center. You're a back center. I mean, you were the man in 97. In your mind right now, best back centers in the game. Give me a couple of names. Give me 3. Who do you like watching? Who do you like who do you think is the best?
Right now, I've not watched much, but back in the day,
give me back in the day. Give me back in the day.
Number 1 was Mebu. Okay. I'm not gonna put Akip Najaf and Johnny out of this conversation.
Yeah,
okay?
Yeah, keep them out of it. Yeah.
They're in their own league.
Right. Yeah.
Right? CD.
Oh, yes. I love that.
Okay, there's 2 more names, Tagaro.
Oh, Tagaro.
And there's one more guy, Duda.
I never watched Duda play. I've seen a video of him, but was he that good?
I remember watching the finals, Duda versus Gigi.
Okay.
Okay, in Toronto. Okay, Faisal Banj used to be net.
Yes, he was Duda's netty.
Duda's netty. And we're all rooting for Gigi to win. Well, I was.
Yeah.
Okay? And I did not see Gigi's team make any mistakes, and they lost.
What?
Yeah. I'm like, Hassan, you guys made like 3-4 mistakes and you still lose. Yeah. That's how good of a player Duda was. And
Duda was.
That's how good his around 5 were.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. That's wow, Duda. That's a good one, man. I love that list. Is cool. I like that list.
Yeah,
that list is really good, actually. Give me your predictions. Give me top 4 in this tournament in your mind. Top 4. And give me who's going to be in the finals. Top 2. And I'm not asking you to tell me who's going to win.
Yeah.
I just want a top 4 and a top 2.
Top 4, I would say you got Orlando. You've got Turab.
Done. Okay. Stars.
Stars. I'm going to pick that Cinderella team that we've not seen this new guy coming, Suhail.
Okay.
Which everybody talks about being the Lambada killer.
Warriors?
Okay, Warriors. Okay, and the fourth one is up for grabs.
Okay.
Fourth one is up for grabs.
Okay.
Okay.
Who's in the finals for you in your mind?
Okay, because the GG, I've not seen them.
They're split up now. They're split
The
up.
OG, the 2.0, 3.0, 4.0.
Yeah, they're all split up.
Not
Yeah.
taking anything away from them. I'm sure
Yeah.
they're up there, but I've
Yeah.
not seen.
Fair.
Again, I'm sure they'll be up there too,
Yeah.
guaranteed.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
but finals, I think is going to be Turab.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and the second one is open.
Whoever's there, the last three
Whoever's
guys, they
there,
gotta fight
because
it out.
the, I think Turab is going to be up there, and the quarterfinal seven have to battle for that final spot.
Wow, I like that. I like
Yeah.
that prediction. I like
Because
that.
you got Stanmore, you got New York, you got
You got
Orlando, you got
Minnesota,
Gigi's got two, you got Minnesota. I mean, we got great teams, so it's going to
North.
be sad
Yeah, it's
that
crazy. Yeah.
quarterfinals, four teams, top teams are going to go out,
Yep.
and it's going to be 1 or 2 points difference, I would say.
Yeah, I agree. I could see that.
Yeah.
I could see that. Okay, yeah, that's it. Thank you, Freddie. We're done.
No,
We're done. We
no.
did it.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming, man. People, I remember talking to you a long time ago. I said, Freddie, one day I'm going to do an interview. And you told me, I'm not good on camera, man. I'm not good on camera. You were great on camera. That was a wonderful interview. And I had such a good time. And I'm really, I promise you, I'm very privileged and honored to have done this. I always wanted to do this with you. I think you never got the credit you deserved for what you did for this club, what you still do for this club. And I wanted you to get it because a man like you in this game, you deserve it, man. You 100%.
I gotta show you one more item.
Please. Before we go.
Hold on.
Oh, the infamous island, the birth of New York, New York Islanders. Oh, I love that. I love that picture, man.
Don't look at my shorts. So you got Oscar Baloo,
Yeah,
myself.
those are some short shorts, brother. Yeah.
Okay, you got Dewji, Riaz, and Ali.
Yeah. That's that picture, man. I'm so glad you took that picture. That's truly the start of something special there, man. That's really cool. That's really cool. I love that. No, thank you, man. I appreciate you, Freddie. Any parting words for the viewers?
No. Just hope to see you all in May. Come enjoy New York. Right?
Yes, of course.
Come enjoy New York. Come play, have fun, and leave. We're not looking for any drama. Keep the dramas away.
Keep the drama away. Thank you so much.
Humble request. Keep the dramas away.
Yeah, I love that. I love that, man. Right. I love that. Thank you so much, Freddie, man. I really appreciate this. Hopefully you'll be out in a day or two, but thank you, man. And I hope that we can look back at this interview and in 5 years, 10 years, your kids can watch it and they'll be like, yo, that was my dad, man. That 97 killer, you know?
Thank you.
Thank you, man. Thank you, everyone. Next episode should be out in a week or two. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. See you guys soon. Updates coming. Good night, everybody. And I love you all.